Good evening, Fernwood. It is your April Fool Neil, and it's time for us to get up to some horseplay with another episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. We're watching episode 260 from April 1st, 1977. Let's take a look at yesterday. Loretta visited Kathy to see what Kathy would do in the upcoming Guardian Party Telethon and put her down for baton twirling. Kathy is getting more and more interested in Mac and is less interested in Howie, since Howie is not giving her the sexual attention that she wants from him. Then Howie comes home, and before Kathy can get a word in, he's interrupted by a phone call from Lila, who is inviting him over for an interview with Merle. Then Kathy breaks it to Howie that she wants to be seeing other people. Howie is surprised and not sure if that means that Kathy would want to leave the apartment. And Kathy says no, she's going to stick around, but just see other people. Then we briefly see Vernon Bales disguising his voice on the phone to Howie to invite him to a secret meeting at the plant, before we cut to the Hager home where Wanda and everyone are putting together plans for the Guardian Party Telethon. Everyone will be doing their acts multiple times over the course of the telethon because they don't have a lot of people. And Mary puts off practicing her act because she'd like to save it for last. Charlie does his act, which is bird calls and yo-yo, which gets a reaction. And overall, it seems like things are not coming together for the fledgling telethon. Over at the Jeters, Lila is preparing a ruse to get Howie as comfortable as she can. She has installed a hot tub and is dressing as a geisha and asks Howie to disrobe before the interview. She then pours on the charm and gets Howie loosened up, and Howie admits that the diary was stolen. At which point Lila starts yelling and Tex shows up, jumps into the tub, and starts beating up on Howie. And that is interrupted by Wanda, and things are just awkward. Over at the Hartman kitchen, Dewey and Mary are rehearsing their scene from Othello, and Dewey explains the theme that Othello was a good man who was betrayed because he was different. Mary suggests a happy ending for Othello, and Dewey says probably not. Tom enters practicing his juggling act, and Mary wonders if she should feel bad because Tom didn't ask her to be involved in it. After Dewey leaves, Tom tells Mary that she shouldn't be hanging out with him because Vernon Bales has told him there is a militant black group in the area, and that Dewey may be involved, not realizing that he and Mary themselves have been wrapped up in a white supremacist group. And then we cut over to Howie at the plant for his second meeting of the day, and this one is a bit more deep-throatish. Vernon disguises his voice again and claims that a black man was responsible for the explosion at the plant, and also that there is a militant black group in the area. And after Vernon sneaks out, Howie goes for a cup of coffee, and when he bangs on the machine, it opens up, and Howie finds evidence of the glorious Guardians of Good for the first time. Today is a Friday. I can't say how excited I am to see what's going on, so let's do this.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman!
Kathy, this is it. I've identified the secret fascist underground group. Here it is. I've got the evidence. It's right here. Do you realize what this means?
Yeah, it means if we stand around here talking, I'm going to be late for the telethon. I am so excited, Howie. It's for all 112 diseases. We couldn't find just one, you see, because all of the one diseases have a telethon already. So this is for all 112. The only problem with the 112 diseases is we can't find a poster person.
Listen, Kathy, I don't care about poster people. I've cracked the case. Listen, I knew the organization had three initials, but I didn't know what they were. And now I found the evidence and the proof, and this is right here.
Ooh, whoopee.
Listen, wait a minute. I've got to find a place to hide this stuff. This place isn't safe. I gotta find a safe place.
Why don't you hide it at my mother's house? It's the only safe place in town nowadays.
Right, thank you. That's a fantastic idea. You know, I would have thought of that myself, except I'm too excited to think.
Well, listen, the key is over there on the table, and just let yourself in if there's no one home. And look through the cabinets, and the one that looks like the rummage sale, that's the one to put it in.
Okay,
See you later on.
Yeah.
Bye.
Flo? Anybody home? Kathy's parents are members of the GGG.
That old
Hi.
Is Kathy with you?
No, she went to the telethon.
Oh, well, I'd better get over there before I'm too late. You know, I am going to do a combination tap, a dance, and ballet routine, and I've got to get over there to prepare. I hope you will be tuning in on the broadcast and maybe send in a little donation.
Sure, I will, yeah.
Well, because it is going to be the biggest event of the whole history of television in Fernwood, and Channel 6 is canceling the rerun of My Little Margie and Gilligan's Island to put it on. And the Guardian Party, all their members are pitching in to make this the success of the season.
The GGG is going on television?
Oh, no, not the GGG. Nobody knows about the GGG. That's a secret. The Guardian Party is a new party that they are starting. Political party.
You mean the GGG is starting a political party?
Yes, and it's all very secret, you see. Vernon Bales wants it that way. I don't know why, because it is a very patriotic organization.
The GGG is backing the Guardian Party.
Well, you know, I promised to take the graham crackers and the Cokes on over there, so I better get started. I'll see you later, Hallie. And don't forget to watch. I practice on the way over.
That telethon has got to be stopped.
You got freedom and security. Security and all that don't be stupid. Just get some candles and everything will be just right. Just light them. Used to sit in the park with nothing.
Loretta, honey?
Oh,
Hey, what's going on, honey? What are you doing in the closet in the dark?
You're not going to believe this, Charlie. I mean, I've been just nearly going crazy. Okay, first of all, it was just like the other night, you know. I mean, I've been hearing noises and footsteps and everything, and I was just sitting here. I was waiting for you to come home so we could go to the telethon and everything. I was singing I Love You, America, just kind of, you know, waiting around, and the lights go off, Charlie. I go over there. I try to flick them back on. The switch don't work. I go over there, and it don't, and I kept hearing these footsteps and noises.
Honey, there's nothing to be scared of. It's probably just a fuse gone. Honey, did you check the fuse box?
No.
Sweetheart, that's what you do when the lights go fluey. You check the fuse box.
Well, I would have checked the fuse box, Charlie, but I don't even know where it is, let alone what it is. And if I knew where it was, I still wouldn't know what to do with it.
You need a man around.
Only if his name is Charlie Ackers. I feel better now that you're here.
Well, I'll see you in a second.
Where are you going?
Honey, the fuse box is outside.
Oh, Charlie, hurry up. I don't want to get scared again.
Honey, there is nothing to be scared of.
It's probably just my imagination. Oh, my good new thing to do. Who is it?
Me,
Me who?
Charlie.
I need something else, so I'll make sure that it's you. Just a little bit more information.
I love you more than a hog loves its water.
All right.
You really were scared, weren't you?
I still am. I don't know why it is, John. I mean, I feel like there's somebody out there.
Well, I looked. There ain't anybody out there, but there ain't any fuse box either, honey.
What do you mean there isn't any fuse box?
It's been ripped clear out.
Who would do something like that?
I don't know, some Halloween prank or something, I
Oh,
guess.
Charlie, this is April. I'm calling the police. This
No,
is
honey,
ridiculous.
I got a better idea. The whole police force and Merle and Tex, they're all going to be down at the telethon anyway. I'll run upstairs. I'll change real fast. We'll talk to them about it. As soon as we get there, they'll take care of everything.
All right, Charlie. There's something real crazy. It is, but I don't like that.
So on.
Excuse me, darling. It's 10 minutes to airtime, and we still don't have our token victim.
Oh, now, Wanda Sue, don't worry, hon. And who knows, there may be someone who'll volunteer out of our television
But
audience.
Loretta, what earthly good is a telethon without a really attractive poster person? You know, a shining, affecting face. In short, a tearjerker.
Well, hon, I'm sure something.
I don't know what we can do.
I got it.
What, a rare disease?
No, no. I got the solution to all our problems. I got the all disease poster person.
Oh,
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Who is it, Mary?
You remember Louis Bickett the butcher?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
sure.
his cousin, twice removed, Angelo Bickett.
Yeah.
Angelo Bickett was struck down with respiratory collapse complicated by viral pneumonia and spinal meningitis. So I called up and somebody said he'd get here as quickly as he could.
Oh, well, do you really think he's the right man?
Oh, yes. Oh, is he the sweetest thing that you've ever met in your life?
I've never met Angelo.
Oh, well,
So
he's great,
Louis,
and he's so photogenic. We do have one slight anticipatory problem, though.
What's that?
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen the man in years, and there is a chance, just a slight chance, he might be incapacitated.
What do you mean incapacitated?
Dead.
Dead, Mary?
5 minutes to air.
Oh, hi, Tex. I just want to make sure this thing's working. Let's see. It goes like that, right?
Oh, we're gonna make a ton of money. Money for the GGG and all them diseased folks here in Fernwood. I'm gonna be right here to protect it all, too.
Lovely.
Mrs. Jeter, listen, can I have a word with you, please? It's important.
Hey, Bozo, what you doing here? Now, don't you know we got a law in this town against harassment of women folk?
I'm not doing that. Listen, can I talk to you, please? It's really important.
Look, Howie, I just can't stop now. I am frantically busy. We're going on the air in 5 minutes.
I have to go back. I don't care.
Hello.
Yeah.
Telethon for a garden party and 112 diseases in Fernwood. Would you like to make a donation?
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. No, it's just that you're breathing too loud. What? Hello? Telethon? No, I'm terribly sorry. Dean Martin and Jerry Lewis are not going to get back together on this show.
Kathy, listen to me, Kathy. I've got to talk to you. It's important.
Not now, Howie.
Will you listen to me? Look at that. You see that?
What is this, an eye test?
GGG.
There is only one G there. What do you have, triple-double vision?
GGG, the secret hate group.
You're crazy. You're out of your mind. The GGG is a social club.
You know about the GGG?
Sure, my mom and dad are both members.
What difference does that make? The GGG loves to prey on poor slobs like that. I know what the organization is. And so we have to stop them. We've got to stop this telethon.
2 minutes to air.
Howie, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about.
Listen, I do know what I'm talking about. And will you listen to me? I've researched this thing. After all, I am an in-depth commentator. Okay, now listen. These people are cunning and clever, and I'm sure your parents don't realize what the GGG really is. They've changed their image, but they're really the same kind of people. They're book burners, they're lynchers, they're racists, they're violent reactionaries, they're vigilantes.
Howie, this is a community organization like the Kiwanis or the Rotary Club. They do charities like this telethon. Look at these people. Look at their faces. Do they look like vigilantes? Do they look like book burners? No. Okay, so my mother is a stealer. She's a temporary sickie, that's all. But your story is all wrong, Howie, and you can't print it. Do you want to humiliate all those people, those fine, upstanding people?
Kathy, what is really important is the truth.
5 seconds to air, and 4, 3,
It's quick.
2,
Get out.
1, go.
Hi. Well, it's me, Loretta Haggers, which y'all probably know me as your favorite superstar at the Capri Lounge. But tonight, folks, I'm here just as, one of the common people to announce and welcome to you Fernwood's very first telethon and benefit for the Guardian Party and the 112 diseases of Fernwood. Now, let me tell you something, folks. There ain't going to be no discrimination here today. We're going to take all the money we're earning and divvy it up even Steven between all you diseased folks. Now, you're hard of hearing. You got psoriasis so bad it's just breaking your heart. And how about suffering from that rheumatoid arthritis? Well, sir, or ma'am, if any of these things is your problem, hun, today we is going to help you. Now, that is right. We is going to help you and cure you of these diseases. We got everything from your adenoids and your fungus foot to a goal which you're aiming for. And let me tell you what that goal is. To raise $25,000. That's right, $25,000, and we can do it with your help. So now y'all just dig into your pockets and give till it hurts.
Who is he? Who? The butcher's cousin.
Oh, he's coming, and I promise you, Wanda, he is a knockout.
Yes, there's another goal that we're aiming at tonight, folks, and it's the goal of unity. Unity between you, people of Fernwood, and the Guardian Party, which I want to tell you is just the newest and nicest political party going. It's made up of America-loving and God-fearing people, just like you and me. We kind of started out just as a little community group not too long ago, and one day while we was blessed with the addition of our respected and very beloved mayor, Mr. Merle Jeter, and he kind of made a little suggestion to us. He said, why not put one of us in the White House? Well, we all loved that idea, and I think it's a great idea because we're talking about putting a person who's for the Bible, who's for America, who's for love and people and all good stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's also a man who is dedicated to the cure of diseases in America. Now, doesn't that sound just fabulous to y'all, doesn't it? Heal America!
Wanda's here. Angela's here.
Hurry up.
Folks, so what I guess I've been trying to say to you with all of this is that I want y'all to just rally around the flag. I want you to join the party that we're talking about today, and also I don't want you to forget that all the money you're going to be contribution just about is going to go to the contaminated, diseased folks of Fernwood. Speaking of which, I believe that we're going to have a very special member of that group to join us here in the studio today. Now, gosh, I don't see him right now, but I know he's going to be coming just any second here now. Someone is giving me a high sign right now that he'll be on his way, so let me announce him. Here he is, our Dimes for the Diseased poster pinup. Please take a bow.
Mary, this won't do at all. It's too depressing.
Wanda, could we wait till we cut to a commercial before we settle this?
Oh, there is nothing to settle now, Mary. We have to get another poster person.
Look, Wanda, Angelo happens to be a friend of my cousin's. I mean, if you reject him, you're just rejecting me.
Mary, I'm sorry.
Now, hang on just one darn minute. Now, why does everybody think that just because I'm in an iron lung, they can push me around? Listen, ladies, I want this gig.
And he should have this gig.
No, don't take it personally, but really, I think we have to get another person somehow, another poster person.
Could I speak to you for a minute?
Yes.
Listen, you don't know what you've got here. I'm dynamite. I've got bad adenoids, cystitis, athlete's foot, psoriasis, and hemorrhoids. It's all in there. Come on, give a guy a break.
I'm sorry, Mary.
Wanda, now this is not fair. He is the perfect poster person. Now, would you all tell me, everyone, I mean, look at him. Is he appealing? I mean, isn't he appealing? Right? I mean, he's appealing, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the 1977 Dimes for the Disease poster pinup. What's your name, sir?
Angelo Bickett. Hiya, folks.
Angelo Bickett.
You did very, very well, Angelo. I think you're going to get a lot of calls.
Oh, where are you going, bat breath?
Listen, I gotta get to the microphone. There's terrible danger. I've got to talk to the people.
You ain't going nowhere. You are going to stay right here under arrest. That's it.
What for? What are you doing?
I don't have to give you no reason, man. I am the chief of police, and I can arrest anybody I want to.
What are you doing?
And now to get the show off to what we call in showbiz a flying start, I'm going to sing at you just a little bit of our theme song. I love you, America, just the way you are. Don't you go making yourself over for me. You got freedom and security, true moral purity, sweet as the flower on my family's lily tree. Well, my good poo knew a thing or two, used to sit on the porch with nothing to do, while everybody else used to hurry around all day. And he'd sip his coke and his Ovaltine, and he went inside when the weather got mean, and he never complained. And he always used to say, yeah, well, I love you, America, just the way you are. Now, don't you?
Ooh, it really seems like it's Howie against the world right now. Because he gets home to Kathy, finally having the evidence of the glorious guardians of good, and Kathy just really has no time to support him. He's actually got what he needs. I'm frustrated with Kathy. I understand that her sexual needs aren't being met, but I just feel like Kathy pushes on Howie way too much. Like, I understand you have a sexual need, but where this relationship started, it seems like she's pushing it in a direction that, yeah, I get that Howie is attracted to Kathy, but also he's got a life that is important and the work is important. And Kathy never sees that, and that's really frustrating. But she gives Howie a place to hide all of the evidence, which is the Shumway home, and tells him to look around, gives him license to look around for the cabinet to store all the things. And that's when Howie discovers that George and Martha are members of the GGG. And Howie actually puts it together that the Guardian Party are just preying on people who are ignorant. Because really, Martha just wants to go out and do her tap ballet routine. And then we go over to the Haggers with Loretta getting ready for her part in the telethon, except the power goes out. And that's creepy. I was honestly creeped out hearing just a little bit of rustling outside. I know it's a television show, but I'm creeped out. Charlie comes home and thinks that, oh no, you should just go check the fuse. I mean, that's a fairly reasonable assumption. And then he goes out to check the fuse, and the fuse box is entirely gone, which he writes off as some kind of prank, which I think is not a reasonable assumption. However, they've got things to do. They've got to get themselves down to the studio for the telethon, and we still have that lurking presence outside. And then the rest of the episode is at the telethon, or at the start of the telethon. It's a 36-hour event after all. And everyone has their bits, right? All of the GGG members have little acts that we see them practicing. Wanda's big concern is that we don't have a token spokesperson. And Mary shows up with the news that she's found someone, which we'll get to later. Howie is there. He knows now that the telethon and the Guardian Party and the GGG are all tied together, so he has his bit. And it should be mentioned that Mary had a phone call from our heavy breather, I assume. I don't think that it was the same person. If it wasn't, then it was what would have been then called an obscene phone call, which I feel like is the 1970s and 80s version of the unwanted picture of genitalia. However, that's one of those mysteries that, again, we're just going to have to wait for. And Howie comes to Kathy, who is, again, not listening to him about this very important news. Tex overhears, and Tex knows that Howie is on the trail of the group. And Loretta does what she can to host the event, except that she still doesn't know who the guest of honor is going to be. And Mary brings him in, and he is a man in an iron lung who is very excited to be there. I recently saw a video of some villagers from India watching a video of a person who was still living in an iron lung, and the impression I got there was that there aren't many people who use this anymore, and that we can thank polio vaccines for keeping that disease at bay. So yeah, Wanda thinks that Mr. Bickett is not a suitable poster person, not a suitable representative of the Guardian Party's telethon, but he is just thrilled to be there. And then the episode ends with Tex handcuffing Howie to a prop cactus, and Howie cannot get free before the telethon begins. So I expect that we will have some action happening next week. Woo! Thank you so much for watching with me. Thank you so much for leaving your thoughts, feelings, and impressions down in the comments. Thank you for getting down with some horseplay, and we will see you next week in Fernwood.